The Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by your Savannah Low Country Honda dealers. Stick around. Kickoff is next.
Welcome back to Garden City Stadium outside of Savannah Christian. You see the Raiders getting set to open up the 2014 high school football campaign. We'd like to thank Papa John's Pizza. Thank you to Papa John's supplying a great meal for our crew tonight. Their current special ends this Sunday night is the spicy pulled pork barbecue pizza. Call your local Papa John's restaurant and order a pizza to enjoy while you're watching the game with us this evening. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Thanks so much for feeding our crew. Our crew got here early in the morning, and they withstood the 100-degree temperatures. And, well, these players are about to withstand, it has to be still above 90 degrees.
Oh, Ken, it's hot. And I know it's one of these things that it's hot for everybody. I get that. But when you've practiced and you've had 3 weeks in this, you can never get used to it. No matter what you say and what you do, it's going to be one of those things that throughout the course of the game, fatigue will take effect in the fourth quarter. Just because you're not, you always try to stay out of the sunlight at times during practice. We're not going to be out there all day. It's 6 hours in the sunlight. So it'll be a factor, just a question of what team's in better shape, what team's in better condition, what team has more depth. All those things will play in part tonight.
All right, as we get set for the coin toss, we're going to check out some of our starting lineups here on the Thursday Night Blitz, brought to you by Pembroke Advanced Communications, PAC Mobile. Let's bring on our starting lineups here. Quarterback Joshua Chambly as we check out the offense for Savannah Christian. He'll run the show. Wade Benton, we're going to watch out for him, number 5. He's the big back that's going to run the football. Ben Jackson is a running back as well, and Johnny Lewis. And then they have some talented wide receivers with Seth Bruno and Tyler Arnold, and offensive linemen, Hunter Duran, Will Swinson, Alec Carmoga, Hal McCarthy, and Zach Quinney. So that's the offense for Savannah Christian Raiders as they head out. Of course, thanks a lot to PAC Mobile for helping us out, bring you live high school football throughout the year here. Each and every Thursday night we'll be on the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week. Seth Harp will be with me for 3 games, I believe, this season. It was great again to have you here.
No, I'm glad to be a part of it, man. I appreciate you guys having me out here, especially for week 1. And Ken, I know it's the start here. It's the start statewide to the 2014 season. And at least on paper, it looks to be one heck of a matchup to begin the 2014 campaign.
All right, the Raiders defense for Savannah Christian, Ja'Cory Polite, Tariq Rawls, Don Chalide. Excuse me, that's Jenkins I need to be doing. Savannah Christian's defense, we're over here with Reeson Harper and JT Mertz, along with Parker Singletary. Here's your linebackers, John Jackson, Nick Bateman, PJ Green, and then your DBs, Neil McClellan.
About the space that Jenkins provides and the quickness Jenkins provides. Let's face it, this defensive line is going to be worn out. They're going to get tired. Linebackers going to have a lot of opportunities to make open field tackles. Wrap singular tackles is going to be very important.
All right, the defense for the starting defense, for Jenkins, Ja'Cory Polite, Tariq Rawls, Don Chalide, Chris Brinson, Aaron Jones, Rashamel Reynolds, Nate Harvey, Malik Polk, Montrevion Futch, DJ Tinsley, and Jarrell Goodine. As we're just about ready to go to midfield and check out the coin toss, we are waiting. You're supposed to do that right at the top of the hour at 7 o'clock. We're getting close, and we have the Jenkins Warriors offense being led by Jamori Bryant. He's a senior. He played behind Brendan Carter last year, though. Arkeem Bird, number 5. Both number 5s on each team are guys that we're really going to have to watch out for. 4 wide receiver crew they go with. Kenny Mormon, Juan De La Rosa could become Jenkins' all-time leading receiver. Eric Johnson, Jamonte Roberts, and then your linemen, as I can get to them and try and keep up. Eric Davis, Brian Wilson, Edwan Washington, DeLon Johnson, and Jaquan Gaston. Now we're going to go out and let's listen in on the officials as we go to midfield for tonight's coin toss.
Right here. All right, appreciate it. Guys, y'all shake hands, introduce yourselves, please. All right, listen, hey, your coaches picked you off of captains for a reason. I want y'all to control your teams. You don't want me to do it, okay? We want a good hard-fought football game out here. First game of the year, we want it to be a good one, okay? All right, you the speaking captain? You're gonna call the toss, right? All right, what you gonna call? Heads. Heads he calls, okay? Heads it is, okay? You want to toss. You want to receive. You want to defend that goal. If you put your backs to that goal, you come right alongside of me right here, please. All right, Jenkins High School. They won the toss. They're going to receive here. All right, guys, y'all shake hands. Let's have a good ball game. Go get them, guys.
All right, it'll be the Jenkins Warriors receiving the football in that offense that we talked about behind Jamori Bryant, the starter at quarterback. There he is, number 4, Arkeem Bird. Talked about him, what he accomplished last year, and he put up nearly 700 yards all-purpose. And Arkeem Bird is just one of those backs that Coach couldn't have, said incredible things about Arkeem Bird. He's a quiet kid, but he said he mashed it in the weight room. And when the coach says, man, my guy mashed it in the weight room, 6'1", 200 pounds, worked hard. Rugged is the word he used several times. Speed, powerful. Our first chance to really see Arkeem Bird since he didn't play a full year last year at running back.
And it was a Jenkins team last year that had so much promise at times, Ken, and so much athleticism. It just wasn't, honed properly. If you remember the movie Blue Chips with Shaquille O'Neal as the guy in the bayou that hadn't been properly trained how to play the game of basketball. They coached him up, but they were so young and so raw last year. Now that talent's a year older. They hit the weight room, and now you hope to see the fruits of those labors if you're Jenkins.
All right, we're waiting for Savannah Christian, the Raiders, just inside the sun. Always a great entry for Savannah Christian. Here comes the Raiders. Raider Nation coming on out and all set to go. I don't care what sport it is. Nothing beats the big old start of high school football season and teams running out and getting excited. And I'm sure you remember your high school days back then. It's special for these kids, and especially for a lot of these seniors who don't get to do that much anymore.
It was funny because I never had a cool inflatable thing to come running out of there. We just came running out of the locker rooms, all we did. But no, Ken, final thoughts right before we kick off here. I always look at the first game of the year, the first quarter. Anybody has any kids? When you pull into the parking lot at Disney World or Disneyland, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do this. We're gonna ride this way. Okay, hold on, settle down. We're gonna get to go do it all. We're gonna get to go to Space Mountain. We're gonna go to the Magic Kingdom. We're gonna get to just calm down. And that's exactly what it is. The first quarter, walking into Disney World, the first quarter, the first game of the year.
There you saw Donald Chumley, head football coach at Savannah Christian, saying a little prayer and words of wisdom prior to his game. There's the Jenkins Warriors on the far sideline, and actually out of the sun. I thought by game time they will still have some sun on. Maybe the trees have grown a little bit bigger behind us. Haven't heard a train go by yet. We may see that. But there's Jenkins. They're focused, and they're ready to go. And a pretty good crowd starting to come in here at Garden City Stadium for this 7 p.m. start. And we're so happy to be bringing you high school football once again throughout this season, live on WSAV. Also download the app if you want to check it on your smartphone, WSAV Blitz app, and you can check out our live stream or just call it up online, WSAV.com. We make sure you can check out high school football many different ways. And, of course, we will also have a replay of the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz Saturday morning on WSAV Channel 3. That'll start at 10 o'clock. Our scoreboard is brought to you by Ford. Go further. Once again, aboard with us for live high school football.
Deep for the Warriors, number 13, Daniel Jordan. Kicking off for the Raiders, number 86, Logan Tovar.
Special teams, Ken, one of those areas at the beginning of the year. I know you've practiced it time and time again, but you get into a game here in the early going, at least the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. The microscope on this as well. In a game last year, you saw 6-6 outcome. Field position, a big key.
So Savannah Christian set to kick off. Logan Tovar, who nailed the 42-yard field goal at the buzzer last year, coming back for his senior season and kicking it deep. And we have it for you. The high school football season is underway, and it's into the end zone over the heads of Daniel Jordan. That'll be a touchback, and the Jenkins Warriors offense will come out with the football behind Jamori Bryant taking over at quarterback. They lost nearly 3,000 yards last year with Brendan Carter, but Coach feels very confident, a little more athletic ability, a little more getting out of the pocket than Brendan Carter really. He was more a in-contain type guy. Brendan Carter, big guy, and could run straight at you. They find a little more flexibility with Mark Bryant.
And here's the thing, when you have a play one, game one of the year, you've known what play you've wanted to run for 2 or 3 weeks. You've practiced it time and time again. This is the bread and butter play, the try to set the tone play. Defense has no idea what you're capable of, haven't seen any film. Not that this is a gigantic deal or make or break, but it's always interesting to see the first play of the year.
Yeah, each school with pretty much just one scrimmage. They kind of laid off and not nearly as many full pad practices. The GHSA has cut down a lot across the country. They've done that. So here we'll see Bryant flipping it over to the right-hand side. And just like we thought, Arkeem Bird around the corner. Bird stumbles forward for a few-yard gain. So Arkeem Bird, just like, well, we kind of thought he's going to be the guy that's going to tow the football. And Coach said, last year they moved him to that running back position. And they said this year, well, you know something's good when you look at it and say, that's pretty good. They're going to go to their bread and butter, and that's going to be Arkeem Byrd.
And you talked about transition, space, get the ball to your athletic guys and let them do what they do with it. Right there, you saw that JT Mertz coming up, making a nice open field tackle.
So it's Jamori Bryant checking out his play call. He shifts Byrd to the other side. It's just the two in the backfield, 3 wide receivers on the near side. 4 wide receivers on the near side. Again, a handoff, and they missed up the handoff. Ball's on the ground, fumbles loose. And I believe Bryant fell on it himself. That was a mismatch between Bryant and Arkeem Byrd. I'm not sure if it was supposed to go to him or not. It looked like he tried to pull it back and lost it.
Again, early discipline in the early going-ons, and it's just a basic exchange, handing the ball off, and turnover. You lose the ball, you fumble, but you don't turn it over, I should say. So you live to fight another day, but you've got 3rd down and long here on your first drive.
Faced with 3rd and 13, Eric Johnson there checking what the play call is. Arkeem Byrd splitting a little wide just to the left of his quarterback. Bryant back in the shotgun. They'll run shotgun pretty much for the most of the time. Spread open offense, good pressure by Mertz. And he goes down. Big hit by JT Mertz.
All over the place in this first drive. Got great penetration. Of course, it was just a simple fumble exchange between the quarterback and running back, but he had the tackle in the open field on 1st down. So JT Mertz making his presence known here in the early going for the Red Raiders.
We can check out the replay on that. Our replay is brought to you by Savannah Low Country Honda Dealers, and here's the replay quickly as Bryant just nowhere. Look at Mertz. Look at the speed around the corner. Big play, big linebacker play lineman play, by JT Mertz. So Jenkins will be faced with a punting situation from much deeper than they originally thought when they got the football.
And you see there, Edawan Washington, the big left tackle there, pushed him outside, hoping his quarterback would step up in the pocket. He didn't get up in the pocket enough.
So the punt is off, pretty good one. Fair catch called for on the 37-yard line. And caught. That's Xavier Jones. So that's where, it was Tyler Arnold, the senior, makes the catch, and that's where we'll see Savannah Christian's offense for the first time, and Joshua Chambly taking over. Didn't play football last year, but you might know the name Chambly. His brother led the team to a state championship a few years ago. He's now the starting quarterback at Reinhardt University. So Joshua Chambly, the younger brother of Jonathan Chambly, will take the snaps and lead the way with Wade Benton, number 5 in the back again. Going to get the brunt of the calls, Wade Benton.
For Savannah Christian, you got what you wanted, a 3 and out to start the game.
With good field position, too. They mark it right about the 38-yard line, handoff straight up the middle, and good interior defense by the Jenkins Warriors. Absolutely nowhere to go, and Benton, I believe that was on the call, is stuffed up immediately.
Chris Brinson with the initial point of contact there, about a yard past the line of scrimmage, but great pursuit, and then the defensive front 3 there for Jenkins holding up their offensive lineman. So just a simple handoff on 1st down. You get some positive yardage, and you get moving.
We'll watch Don Shalide. He goes by Don. Don Lyde, big number 75 on defense in the middle for Jenkins there. He is one of their powerful players that will make a difference, and he can make a difference on that line. And they'll try and stack the box and try and keep him tight. So Chambly with the football. Again, same handoff straight up the middle. This time he kind of gets a surge behind his offensive line of Jerron, McCarthy, and Swinson, trying to make some room there. There's head coach Tim Adams. Adams now in his 11th year, 41-60-1 record overall. His best record, 8-3, 2010. Also in 2007, he went 8-2. But Tim Adams, 11 years. Donald Chumley, 10 years. 2 of our longer tenured coaches in the Savannah area.
So you got another 3rd down here, Ken. 3rd down and 6. And Savannah Christian has gone with just 2 straight handoffs. Maybe a little play action fake here.
Again, with not quite the wishbone look. A little bit of a wishbone look, but he's got Wade Benton right behind him. The man in motion, flips it around to the right-hand side, and nowhere to go. Stuffed up immediately. That was Ben Jackson on the carry, and he was stuffed up. I believe, was that Eric Johnson coming from the side to make the tackle?
Yeah, Eric Johnson and both Chris Brinson up there, not losing sight, staying in their lane, not getting fooled, and key on, and now you have yourself a 4th down and what, Ken? About 3.5, 4 yards, and Savannah Christian offensively is in 4-down territory right now.
Good position, exactly on the 45-yard line, 3 yards to go, so they'll come to the line of scrimmage, and we'll see if Jenkins doesn't jump off sides. These are one of those things early in the season, see if he can make them make mistakes. If they don't, instead right at handoff. Nice play fake by Chambly keeps it himself and rolls forward for the first down. Chambly made a nice fake to his running back and kept it himself and kept his legs moving all the way to the 30-yard line, so they'll move the chains.
Something that I didn't see coming on 4th and 4 is an option to the short side of the field, and you know, you give him a ton of credit on that. Kenny sold the fake. Joshua Chambly holding on to the ball, and what did he do? The whole key to that is learning and recognizing when to cut up. And the minute he got the bite on the fake, bam, he was gone. And it was in his mindset that I'm going to get this first down. All I need is 4 yards. He got 5.5, and the Raiders moved the chains. The first down of the 2014 season.
Coach said that Chambly plays a lot like his brother, just a complete quarterback, very smart, reads well, reads the defense well, keeps them this time. Pitch at the last second. Ball's loose on the ground, recovered. Jenkins has the football. I believe it's Ja'Cory Polite who came up with the football, and that was just a mistake all the way around. Chambly rolled out to his right and wild pitch. And yep, it's Polite coming out with the football, so.
And I don't know if I can re-rack that, but Ja'Cory Polite on that, he did something, and he was actually so athletic, he was able to do two things. What he was able to do, watch this, Ken, as he comes out, you have the loose ball on the ground. Ja'Cory Polite able to push the running back out of the way. That way, he knew he had 4 or 5 defenders in pursuit behind him. If I just neutralize this guy, we're going to have 3 or 4 guys behind me. It was an athletic move, and in pushing him out of the way, he also used his free arm to try to scoop up the football. What a great athletic play by Ja'Cory Polite there.
That was our Savannah Low Country Honda Dealers instant replay, bringing us the pictures and the replays tonight throughout our football game. All right, back to Jenkins. We'll see if they can get something moving a little bit and try and move the chains. Maybe Jamori Bryant back in the shotgun formation. Again, same formation they've shown in their first time with the football.
Second possession, things should settle down a little bit. Obviously, Savannah Christian had a little more success with their first drive before the turnover, but your Jenkins, you were able to run the ball on first down. Just that fumble was gigantic and burned you.
Starting with the football on the 36, 37-yard line almost, handoff up the middle. Little room, Arkeem Bird around the left-hand side. He loses the football, luckily out of bounds. He lost the football, so it'll go as a gain of 7.
Ball security, ball security. It's hot, you're sweating a lot. Take your eye off it for a second. But what was that, Ken? One arm. You got to double up here at the beginning of the year. It's just one of those things that they're going to try to poke the football. And one thing I've noticed about Savannah Christian's defense, they're not setting still. They're not staying still. They have 5 or 6 guys moving every time during the quarterback cadence in the snap, by design, obviously, to confuse the offensive line.
With Mertz and Bateman and Jackson and Green, a few of the linebackers joining the linemen, they show a lot of different stunts at you, and that's the way they go, always moving, always making you think. So it's Bryant back, big, heavy pressure by 10 for Savannah Christian coming around the end, and can he get free? Throws it across the middle, wild throw right there, but that was great pressure all the way around by Evan Reese, the junior, almost making the sack.
Heck of a play by Jamori Bryant, too, just to elude it and then get rid of it. And this is one of these things that as the year goes on, you know, you roll out, you survive, you try to make a play, throw it back across coverage, just throw the ball at the receiver's feet and live to fight another down.
Yeah, that was a tackle right there that Evan Reese just missed. And he was able to get the football loose, and it fell incomplete, so that'll save them some yardage. So now they're faced with a short 3rd and 3 at the most.
And Ken, you've got a big wide side of the field. You have Arkeem Bird, who showed his athleticism. Trust your guy that is your best player offensively with the football. Get the ball in his hands anyway. Let him pick up the 3 or 4 yards.
In the backfield by himself, high snap way over the head of Jamori Bryant, and he's able to fall on it at the 30-yard line, and that was just a bad snap all the way. Wilson snapped it over his head, so they're going to give up. They're going to have to punt the football.
It looks like the first 5 minutes of the first quarter of the 2014 year or any year. Yeah, just it's everybody's amped up, got a little extra adrenaline in their body, and it shows here in the early going. Now these guys will settle down as the sun starts to set and it gets a little bit cooler out there, but it's what we expect here in the early going. The whole key is if you're going to make mistakes, don't get burned by them. Savannah Christian fumbles the football. What do? Oh, they force a 3 and out on the other way.
So Jenkins forced to punt yet again with way too much yardage. Not quite as bad as pinned back as they were the last time. So
Arnold deep for the Raiders.
feels like it's cooling down maybe a little bit. The sun's going down, not quite as hot out here. And we may see a heat timeout. I know they were talking about them. So before we get the punt off by Clay Cabrera, we're going to take a TV timeout. We'll be right back on the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week.